Yo, this is the Talk of the Town podcast.
Yo, this is the Talk of the Town podcast.
Yo, this is the Talk of the Town podcast.
Man, this is the Talk of the Town podcast.
Talk of the Town podcast.
Cut. What's good, man? It's your boy Jamal Gasol.
It's your girl Bling Fairy.
And of course, your boy Scorch in the building.
And we back for another episode of the Talk of the Town podcast. Today we coming live from Gasol's kitchen. We got a new episode of the 716 Boss Club. We got Big Gates and my boy Jay Exodus coming out of Buffalo, New York.
Yo, I can't wait to get them on here because I seen some of that stuff from their joint. They little, I don't want to say boutique because you gentlemen probably don't call it boutique, but from their store, I like it.
They got the shoes, all the nice retros, you know what I mean?
I like how they stick together, keep shit popping. And Jay, I listen to some of his music on the tube, man. He definitely got a different style to him. I don't know what he consider it, but we gonna find out.
Okay then, well let's get into this new episode of the Talk of the Town podcast. What's good, y'all? We back for another episode of the Talk of the Town podcast. My boys made their way up here from Buffalo, man. Let them boys introduce themselves.
For sure, it's Jay Exodus, man, all the way from Buffalo. Shout out to Niagara Falls, big ground control in the building.
What up, though? It's your boy, Big Gates. You already know. Ground control in the building, like my brother said.
Well, man, appreciate y'all boys making y'all way up here and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that drive was, you know, it seemed like it's fire.
We got somebody in the middle, too.
Yeah, you know, everybody get a lot of pound and all that. You know, she don't want me though.
Hold on, just because a girl don't make nothing.
Everybody, man.
He looked at me like he was going to get that. Come on now.
I didn't even know what she was reaching for. She said, I thought she was on her. I thought she was befuddled.
She wanted to hold me, man.
Yeah,
For sure,
I'm
for sure.
team.
For sure.
All right, I'm gonna jump it off with the first question because I've been, doing my little investigation, no police shit. But I like to know what would you like to consider your music style? 'Cause I've been listening to your music. As soon as he said your name, you know what I mean, I hopped on and I seen like you got a melody to your joint too. You don't sound like nobody else, which is good. When I heard that shit, I'm like, yo, I really couldn't link. You know how like you can listen to somebody and like, he got his style from so and so, took a piece of it. I don't see none of that shit.
Man, I try and keep it original. Definitely try and keep it original. I always tell people a lot of my influences is from all over, like from back to like, I listen to a lot of old music.
Okay.
So my influence go back to like the 70s, like Marvin Gaye and shit like that. So it's like, I know that thing alone helps me to stay like, just create in a creative space enough to stay in like my own lane. Like I hear people say that a lot. I don't really sound like nobody. So
Nah, that's good though, because then being a rapper, it's often heard that somebody sounds like somebody.
Yeah.
And when I listen to it, it's not like, oh, he has to have. You don't necessarily have to have bars to make a good song. You can throw a melody on there. It's just different.
yeah, and I grew up listening to a lot of different genres too, not just hip hop. So it's like in some of my music, you could definitely find like a blend between like genres. But
And see, that's good that you said like you like to listen to like the 70s. So I like to go to old school concerts too. So I understand where you're coming from. I respect it.
Alright, well, it's to your girl Bling Fairy. So, in regards to you guys' location, I heard you guys got like this, I don't want to say boutique because they said it sounds girly, but you guys got a store. How did you come about your store location? And matter of fact, drop your location where your store is located at in the name.
Big ground control. That's the base of operations. I tell people all the time. 569 Elmwood, Buffalo, New York. We actually in a good spot, like far as the city go. Out the way, a lot of tax brackets that's above and stuff in that area. Just it's a good place. As far as the location there, that's really what made me pick it. It's like if you be in LA, it's like Melrose or Buffalo. I say all the time, or like one of them spots where just people go to be, people go to exist. Live. You see the dog walking and the joggers and this is real different from where I'm from.
What is the name of these now stores? That's what I was trying to tell them, y'all. Like
Hype shop.
Damn.
Did she explain,
It's like not a consignment shop. It's something. What are they called?
streetwear.
It's
a lot of different names.
Damn. I can't remember what they call them, bro. They got them in Melrose. You just brought like yes,
Right.
look
The
around.
I said
Tools, you got Cool Kicks, you got Front Row, you got like it's a bunch of them type of spots out there that's just real big and like anything that sells out, hyped up, hard to get, hard to find. That's what we dealing. That started. I originally had a store on Main Street before that, and I got a barbershop too. It was inside the barbershop, and it just grew and grew and grew till all right, we gotta separate this. Too much traffic, too much going on. We had to split it up. But honestly, I like the way them, this and the music, they intersect. So our one-liner is, we for the culture, we are the culture. And inside of that, down to the dress, the music, the lifestyle, everything in between, I feel like we try and embody that.
Okay, man. Okay, I respect that. So this question is for Jay Exodus. How did you come up with your name exactly?
Yeah, man, that's always a good question. So I always gotta go back and define like the actual word exodus. Like the word exodus means like a mass exit from something, whether that's a place or a way of living or just a big change from one thing to another. So it's like I always told myself, just coming up in the music game and shit, like I'm not really about to sound like nobody, and then for two, it's like, I don't know, we fall into the space sometime in music where everybody sound the same, and it get kind of annoying. It's just like, it gets oversaturated with one lane, and it's like no creativity in it. So it's like, I always see myself as like an exit from that, an exit from whatever has been here too long, you feel me? And like, we going on to do the next better thing.
Okay, so exit from the norm, basically.
Yeah.
Guys, respect you.
Yep.
All right, my question is for you, Big Gage. What's the most popular trend in your store?
Right now, Dunks. Dunks the wave right now. Nike Dunks heavy, as far as footwear, as far as clothing. Gallery department having their way right now in the game. That style, that whole like construction worker looking style. You got a lot of people in the Dickie coats and the Carhartts. That gallery look, the painters pants and that type of shit. That's like really booming right now.
Look like you getting some money.
I mean, it's doing all right. You know what I mean? No complaints. That first year we did something like 300. It was good. I mean, granted, that's before expenses and shit like that. But this year we shooting half or better.
That's what's up. That's a nice increase.
And it's hard. So like even to bring it back in, like the goal is so much bigger than clothes with ground control and what we bring in. But I'm a business mind off top. I started off barbering, did the barbershop, eventually everything is gonna be ground control, but clothing is definitely one of the things I've seen just to be real profitable. But like I said, I'm for the culture. So even back to the barbershop conversations about rapping, having a real ear to the street, like what do people want, what's happening? That thing, that guides me inside of what you was talking about, just picking who want what, who like what, and finding the trends and knowing the trends. So yeah, that's definitely the few styles I see like really running the game right now.
All right, so now, since you guys are a team, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Since you guys are a team, what tips would you give up and coming individuals that's trying to, well, not trying, that will make teamwork? So what advice would you give?
Inside of what band? Like you talking about like business or more so like music?
Well, you can do both, business and music.
So it's hard, right? As people that's kind of sort of just getting started out with a major music movement, I be trying to be that dude, like show and prove. I'm more so looking to have an example as opposed to a story. A lot of people will tell you how to do something they ain't never did. And I think we big on right now, really like putting into effect all of the things that we know to be working inside a business on the music side. So as far as business, one of my favorite one-liners, 1 + 1 = 2, man. Simple math work every time. And a lot of people don't be paying attention to the math. I think the way that the music industry is set up right now is tough because it don't leave a lot of space for artists to make money off of their art no more, right? Granted, you can go out, you can merchandise, you can have your vinyls, you can have your clothing and stuff like that. But as far as making the music and selling the music, DSPs and stuff like that really crushed that. So
like took it over.
Yeah, it really took a hit as far as artists getting paid for the art, as far as being music artists. So now we get creative and we find other ways to make money. outside of, you gotta have that big fan base to do tours and shows that make money. But I really like the kid LaRussell. I don't know if y'all seen what he was doing.
Yeah, I know.
His model was crazy. His model was crazy, and not saying that they were looking to emulate that a lot, but as far as anybody coming up, man, 1 + 1 = 2 every time. Just doing a good math, and then probably my biggest piece of advice: don't stop, keep going. A lot of this overnight successes you see took 10 years to happen.
That's a fact.
10-year overnight successes, you know what I mean?
You mean a lot of, he been doing that, or he been like that, you know what I mean?
So the people where he from gonna know that, but as far as you just seeing a little nigga pop up out of Kansas or somebody that's not from a major market, they'd be like, nah, that nigga been trying for a long time. And them niggas, for real, because nobody popped without a team. Nobody.
Correct.
Everything on the internet looked like it happened overnight. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, it's 9 times out of 10 it wasn't like that. It took some real work and effort. You know what I mean? So yeah, just staying, like he just said, just staying focused on what you're doing, because I feel like a lot of people, they see that you get caught in the facade when you're looking at social media every day, but you gotta remember, like, this stuff take time. You can't just expect it to be here. Like, you gotta stay focused on what you're doing, tunnel vision, and see it through to the end.
No, that's a fact, man. I definitely agree with that, bro. People definitely on the internet make things look easy.
Yeah,
I know you
like,
make
everything's glitz and
I've been
glitter.
doing music over 10 years.
Yup.
Like, I'm 32, I've been rapping since I was like 17, 16.
Man, I remember hearing your name and stuff back like before I even knew you and stuff, so I know you've been doing this shit for a minute. So I'm talking way back like 2014, 13 probably.
Yeah, that's when we had Talk of the Town originally back then. I was coming to Buffalo, we was going with Oi Gym and the open mic joints, big time, 10 and all that.
We bumped into each other in college, and it was like, I had stopped rapping and shit, and I heard he was rapping.
Yeah.
And we had like mutual friends.
Yep.
And then they said his name. And I'm like, that guy, that's my cousin. But then I saw him in school, and then we linked up, and we found out we was cousins. Mm-hmm. And I told him, as soon as I saw him, I was like, yo, I'm about to make you pops, man. We gonna do this shit.
You got 10 plus years of teamwork, so that's what I'm saying, like meeting other people like yourselves, working together, coming up. It's just good to see how other people is going about it too, because like you said, we met then, and we've been working since together for over 10 years now.
Yeah, cause it's gonna be, be stressful times or whatever, but y'all just stick that out, man.
Like you said,
ain't nothing like some good teamwork.
Definitely.
Hopefully I answered your question.
You did.
Sometimes I get sidetracked. People say I'll be going a mile a minute, and sometimes I jump over my own thoughts before I even answer the
There was a lot of clarity within that though.
Well, I'm gonna give you some time to shine real quick. This next question for you. What's your favorite fashion? What's your favorite designer brand right now? Why?
That's tough. I'm one of the people that I take pride in being able to wear anything. Like anything that's happening, I tell myself from style A to all the way Z, like I know I can make anything work. So that's tough for me. What do I like a lot right now?
Like, you gotta have a go-to fit.
He ain't lying though. I can tell. No matter where the Kansas City Chiefs
So
at.
we about to win the Super Bowl.
It don't matter. I ain't mad at him, but I'm saying. And he's from Buffalo, and he's wearing the Chiefs hat.
Oh no, big bills all the way though, forever.
Yeah,
This is what I was wearing.
It is over right now. We gotta keep it.
I can't do nothing but respect.
You gotta move with the times, man.
Okay.
We'll talk again sometime.
For sure. But as far as like my
They
favorite,
making it.
I'm like an OG type of cat. Like it sounds like real regular, but I love like Gucci designs. Like Gucci, like I'm real with the like over branding, over the top, like monogram G's all over. Like I'm for that. Cause as much as I try to be that subtle, like people don't need to know what's going on, guy. Nah, I lie. That's not me at all.
You gotta put that shit on.
Not like I need them to know, but you can't miss it.
Yeah, you got that shit on. Niggas got that shit on.
Big G's all over everything, and I like Gucci for that. Like, there's very few like of them popping like current Gucci pieces that you gonna not know it's Gucci. Yeah. So like I like that, and I mean don't get me twisted. Like it don't have to even be a $4,000-$5,000 coat, but why not?
As long as it look good,
you know what I mean? Like
if it look good, the price don't matter to some people. So I definitely dig it.
Well, it's branding for me. You know what I mean? I got a clothing store. I can't walk around looking homeless as much as I do. But
yeah, you gotta sell the spot. I get it.
Yeah, it's branding.
Oh yeah.
Even for bro too. You know what I mean? can't walk around looking homeless. You know what I mean? You know.
Nah, I know the feeling, man. I be trying to be a rapper. When I be a rapper, I be like hiding and shit. I be having some buggy. I be hiding. You don't even see me. You ain't never be in the sweatpants and that
I was
jacket.
just about to
That's
say,
the
bro,
problem.
wake up
That's
and
what
you
they
on the grind, and it's like, man,
Yeah,
I
I
don't want
know.
to get dressed every day. I want to be
Being
in
in
the
the trenches
sweatsuit.
too long with a mind frame of I'm low. I'm low and I don't want no attention for whatever it is I may be doing.
That's why the trenches is real.
I'm trying to just get
I
through.
don't want nobody say any good shit from me. That's what you be talking about.
Fitted hats was a great invention. I ain't taking my shit off right now.
That with a sweatsuit, you got it. I feel like the hat with a sweatsuit solid though. You know what I mean? Real
I
shit.
get my hair cut when I
Yeah,
feel
favorite
like
brand.
So you going with Gucci?
Yeah, Gucci.
That's a respectable answer. I can't even disagree.
Alright, now this is gonna be my last question. This is for both of y'all. Every show, my last question is the same question. Because it's big. Because I don't want nobody being shaded on things that they do. All hard work that you put into your craft, accept it, eat that shit up. Don't let nobody knock you for doing it. So, my question is, I do a demographics question. So, I forgot to throw that word in there.
Graphic man, my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, demographics. So where are y'all from in Buffalo? Like what
Exactly.
portion?
Man, I'm from the east side. I grew up like uptown area in Buffalo, right in the Bailey area. All my life, really.
I used to live there.
Yeah, so yeah.
1920.
Right over there, you feel me? Went to Campus North Grammar School, like one of the worst grammar schools in the city of Buffalo. Like, we was just terrorists, like, in that school. Like, just the baddest little kids you would ever meet.
I used to live right there
That's
on
where I was at.
Bailey and what's the intersection?
Kensington?
Nah, but you go to the
East
water.
Elm?
Water Bay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you stay by Signatures?
It ain't, before it was signatures, it was Barry Morris.
Okay.
That's like Brinkman and all that. That's the
Yup, I used to sell Brinkman and Road.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you like Brinkman, probably like Warren, them little couple little.
Oh, Warren over there, yeah, that's off of
You
Genesee.
got the YMCA was right there on
Right. So that's the
Bailey and
people.
Doe.
That's the people in
I was
the
right in that area.
for sure.
I used to fuck with Kim's Kitchen.
Me, I'm a mutt. I actually grew up a little bit of everywhere. We moved like every couple of years, but like my two probably like main ones that I rep or whatever. I'm from McCarley Gardens, and then after that, probably like more than anywhere I grew up on Delaware, Grider, like Shuey area.
Okay. That's over there. They got McDonald's over there. Them motherfuckers had some
There's a corner store over there too at Shuley.
If you pulling up to that drive-through, expect to be.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll take
you
your
was
ass,
in there for a
man.
minute.
Right here, Brick Road.
Oh my god, I didn't even eat that night.
Yeah, it'd be like.
And then the alarm went off at the Family Dollar or Dollar Tree near there.
But I got a lot of memories, a lot of places though. Like I was a very outside kid, very around type of dude. So like I ain't really got like only place I really didn't like to go was the West Side. We ain't get along too much, but like as far as just me being me, I really like had a lot of good times and memories, and I lived a little bit everywhere, like everywhere.
You
Down
know
the way.
around it then.
Yeah, for sure. And I got a lot of people like all over.
You see, this is good to know. When I'm asking y'all that, to know this before y'all say y'all have this, like y'all have a big break. Then everybody already know in advance. We know where y'all putting the groundwork in right now, where y'all come from, so nobody can't take that from y'all. Cause me, I used to rap, like you said. We both started rapping, doing DVDs and shit. And people, it came up doing DVDs. Just saying the word DVD. When you think of hood DVDs, you think call outs. This motherfucker wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing that. He ain't from there.
He ain't from the
You know what I'm saying?
So
So I know right now,
Inside of that thing,
you getting legitimacy.
I come from a particular brand of people that was like, I learned a lot. Like my pops, I'm Mike Gates, my pops Mike Gates or whatever. To anybody from Buffalo, that might mean a little bit more. What I learned from them at a young age was like, these niggas get around. Like it's niggas from all over. It started turning into niggas from the Falls, and we getting around. Like wherever was building to be done, that's what we doing. So like I got out of that mind frame a lot younger when I seen how small-minded Yo Hood could be originally up from the projects. That's a project. The things that happen, the mentalities that's bred there is just low. It's like, man, we not supposed to live like that. Too many people too close. It's just not. It's never supposed to be like that. But when you get out of that thing and you go see how big and things can get and how the world can be, that helped you a lot. And I benefited greatly from not tying myself to nothing. I'm me. And at the end of the day, when it really get like that, all I got is me anyway. So that's why I was like, you'll never hear me rap. Like I'm from the belt. McCarthy Gardens, that's why
That's a good mindset.
You know what I mean? I got to learn that real young. You know what I mean? Moving out, going wherever next to next to next. It was just like, you always, I mean, I hate to sound super sad about it. You always alone. You always alone, and you're going to have to hold you down. Times of reality. And that's reality. You know, it made me a lot more conscious of just looking for love, though, the real one. Not necessarily like, yo, we all from over here, so we got to get along. My worst, you know, beefs in life was always with the niggas that were the closest to me. The people that were supposed to be from where I was
always from within, man.
You know,
Trail always come from within, man.
And then the love that I found was like out of state. Like people like just random niggas that like bless you off the like love. Nigga I met coming home out of 10-year age difference, just like-minded, and we was able to build a lot, you know.
That's how I got
It's just something about home, though, man. That hospitality away from home is just like
It's different. It's
especially in
real
the
different.
South, boy. Especially in the South, man.
I love it.
Too many people be saying hi to me. That shit make me nervous.
Yeah, yo, remember I said the same thing when we was in Houston?
Yeah,
That was my first time out of Houston.
standoffish. Don't
Same
twist
I don't
it.
know if you trying to set me up. You too nice, nigga.
Nah, for real. So like definitely like that Texas area, Miami vibes. Every time I'm down in there, it's things that we did here like 10 and 20 years ago that's kind of sort of just now popping. Like you see people with the 3-car Monty, like that's a like
They
they
still
just
doing
started doing that.
Oh,
You
man.
go to like big events, they always got like 3-car Monties outside. I'm like, yo, who's falling for this, bro? Like you like 30 years late. But that's they move now.
They always set it up. They had their man playing the game. They set it up. Their man be
It'd be like a gang of them, bunch of, you know, big, thick, gold link niggas. I was like, oh man, I just won, and oh man, I just.
Them niggas quick with them bottle caps and the little white ball. That shit over. How the fuck?
Yeah.
I see this nigga lose a watch.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's some trick.
And you can't win. So now when you figure out that they done scammed you or whatever, you about to get rah-rah with 20 country niggas and
They
wicks and
coming out
shit.
and if you're down in Texas, it's gonna be the Mexicans coming to jump.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't win. So
Mexican
that's my
mafia.
biggest piece of advice to anybody that's traveling, man. Don't fall for that bullshit.
I didn't even say that.
Nah.
I was in Chinatown this weekend. I said, oh, y'all got a whole shop.
Yeah, it's real in Texas for sure.
For sure.
Oh, well, it's my turn.
Yes, on you.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Buffalo, you guys. So
Okay,
I've been around y'all since y'all talking about. I'm from the department. My grandma had a house on Miracle, and my daddy lived in Langeville area, so I'm familiar with y'all areas. But what I'm gonna come and ask you guys. So this is for both of you guys. My questions have always been for both of y'all, but you've been kind of quiet, so I'm gonna throw it over here to you Exodus. So in y'all store, how do you stay ahead of the trend?
You gotta keep your ears to the streets. Like, for one, you gotta listen, because the people gonna tell you what they want. Like, so half of it is that. Half of it is the people is gonna tell you what they want, because they looking on TV, they seeing the rappers wearing it, they seeing the celebrities saying, "Ooh, what's that?"
They see it off of TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok, all that. And then they come into us and asking, "Do we got it?" So half of it's that, and the other half is just paying attention to the culture. Like, you gotta be online and looking through stuff in magazines and different companies and their websites, and when new collections is coming out and dropping. So it's a little homework that goes into it, definitely.
So show them your answer, Gabe.
Same thing, bro said. Yeah, just, you know, listen to the people. And inside of that, so when you say staying ahead of the trend, to really truly be honest, and they gonna hate me for it. Buffalo, we so late anyway. It's like 2-3 years late on everything.
We always late.
We late. So like anything that was hot 2 years ago,
Music,
you
clothes.
could sell a lot of it in that city.
Really?
You know what I mean? So like what I would wear is not potentially really even what I would sell. I had to listen to that. You know, much more so than what I like is way more so what they gonna buy.
So if you would have went down south and got something real hot, they probably wouldn't even like it.
Now I don't think they would like it. I think that for the current cost of what it is,
They
they don't want
pay.
that. They don't want that. They can't. You know, on average, can't afford what the current hot thing
That part.
costs. And then inside of that, it need to be proven a little bit. Buffalo, we only do things after it's almost done, right? They want it all the way cooked, and like the world damn near done with it, but we like, oh, McQueen's, Alexander McQueen's,
Yeah, right.
like 5 years later.
We be too
I
early.
remember them
Like,
first came out.
Yeah, we was wild late, but I sell to this day unlimited amounts. And once it's proven, we gonna drag it.
Birdman
So
was
what
still a
about
rapper
Steve
when
Madden?
that happened.
Madden is something that was more so cool on the women's side. You know what I mean? I see they making a strong comeback on the women's side. Men, you might get clowned.
With Steve
Yeah,
Madden?
my kids got some fire Steve Madden. Ain't
For the
nobody
kids,
kids.
you know, that's like Michael Kors. Like,
I got grown kids.
No, the women though. Women,
Girl.
they have a resurgence. Steve Madden having their way right now.
My kids had got
They
some
got some
hard
good
stuff.
Look at Mark Jacobs with the little tote bag right
Well,
now.
Marc Jacobs is forever. So people don't know. Marc Jacobs actually was the creative head of Louis Vuitton. And Louis Vuitton is the #1 fashion house in the world, LVMH.
I never knew that.
So Bernard Arnault is majority stockholder owner of LVMH. It's Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy. That's the richest company in the world. He just passed Bezos from Louis Vuitton, basically. So Marc Jacobs was the creative designer before Virgil, and now his kid Super, who I don't know how he won that, but whatever. But yeah, Marc Jacobs is forever. He's cemented. He's that Marc Jacobs.
I just always knew Mark Jacobs for the shades and shit.
What about Balenciaga?
Daisy. So they had a little mix up. They had a little mix up with the like marketing stuff, but the same way Gucci did with that like blackface thing. One thing about it, people do not care. People don't care about Yeezy with the anti-Semite thing, and they still want their Yeezys. And you know, me, I might have my personal feelings towards them things, but I listen to the people. I'm gonna get them what they want. And they still buy Balenciagas, they still buy Yeezys, they still buy Gucci, they still buy, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, like, everybody, you got your prerogative, you can do what you do. You
This
might
year
not
I'm
like
getting me
it.
a Birkin bag.
Majority of people though, they gonna be like upset about something like that happened.
I'm about to get a mini
A week
van.
later, they coming right back to the business.
I'm not buying a Birkin
I'm
bag.
like, oh, I'm getting a minivan.
A lot of people don't even know
That's
what's
my
Birkin
goal
bag.
or a Sprinter.
I don't. I just want one because they
Who do you think
cute.
makes
That's
Birkin?
real one right there.
Minivan or the Sprinter. That's great.
One of them top 3 designers you just said? Who?
Hermes.
Oh, well, I still
Hermes is
want
Birkin
one.
bag. Yeah. I didn't know that for a long time, but yeah, when you start talking about $20,000 for a bag up to $100,000 and stuff like that, yeah, that's when they lost me. That's a nice comment.
You gotta have a crazy bag to put something in that bag, though. I feel like you can't walk around with $200 and a $20,000 burger bag.
No, I'm just gonna have my
Yeah, unless you're passing out the ones at the strip club, you ain't got no business to go a little bit of money in
The only
there.
person I heard of handing out Birkin bags was 6ix9ine, and he trying to bounce back from his snitch rap, so I don't know.
Well, of course, you know, you got
That's
the
why
paper
passing
to.
out.
Well, who be going around holding money anyway? Today's it's a really
I
not
have
money
cards.
age.
Yeah, that
Yeah, cards. It's a card. It's electronic.
Your credit cards is the wave, man. Free game. Okay, so what can we expect from you guys this year? We got 2023 starting up. It's only February. We got 10 more months to go. What y'all got in the works?
Jay Walking the album coming out this Thursday, June 9th. That's my
Which Thursday?
my LP.
Wait.
I mean,
February 9th?
February 9th. Yo, so I had this other date in my head, June 9th for something else, and I've been thinking about this shit so hard, I keep saying June 9th.
Okay.
Y'all heard it here. We got something dropping in June 9th
Yeah,
too.
remember
Yeah,
June
June
9th
9th.
too. We're not gonna talk
Because
about
By the time this one drops, the tape will be out though. Jay Walker.
But yeah, this Thursday, February 9th, Jay Walking. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be on all streaming platforms, DSPs.
So when y'all see it, it will be out. So make sure y'all go download. Get on the platforms.
What we got from Big Gates, man? New wardrobe, new lineup. What's
This
up?
was the year for music from us, so we actually dropping 3 albums. I don't know why you stopped there. We got Jay Walker.
Okay.
Y'all heard of Jay Worthy? From
Yeah. I know Jay
We've
Williams.
actually been working closely with Jay Worthy. We got a joint EP by him that's Jay's Way.
Oh, okay.
So Jay Worthy, Jay Exodus, Jay's Way.
And
then,
then out later on in the year.
We doing 44 the album. That's like his. I really don't even know what it means. You gonna have to explain that. 44 the album. That's his number. He just everything 44.
I feel like Jack Robinson 42. Who's 44?
Who 44?
So what made you think about
Jerry West? Or,
Jerry West,
Yeah, I was about to say. Somebody from the Lakers 44. That's the only one I know.
That was it.
Jerry West.
Jerry West.
What do 44 mean?
Yeah, what 44 mean though? Like, what's significant about 44? Is it the Jay-Z 44? Because you in the minutes and you the album?
So-
Like, what's up? I'm trying.
The fours, bro, it's just like an algorithm, bro. It's just a number that I see a lot when you on the right path with doing shit. It's like an affirmation to you. So it's like, it comes in periods of time to where it's like, it's certain stuff going on and I can't get away from the number 44. Like, get
What
up,
you
I
see,
see
you look at it on the clock and shit?
everywhere, bro. And I usually people just be like, oh, I see 11:11 on the clock or something. I'm like, no, bro, it be everywhere, bro. Like, I be creeped out, bro. I get in the whip, pull it down the street, the car right in front of me, the whole license plate, bad fours on it. Like, I look up the billboard, like, so it's just a little thing for me. I mean, it ain't got it.
So it's personal, long
Like,
story
it's
short.
me, so.
So this was some personal tracks. Was it like what's the
the album?
As far as the demeanor with the music, because you saying like it has so many meanings. Like
so, as far as the album, I had a song called 44. So this is just like naming the album 44. Just gonna be kind of like a continuation from that. I mean, I'm just taking that and just turning it into a whole project now from the songs.
Our other man, he real woke. He was telling me, and I can't believe everything he said. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him though. We hear you.
He was telling me, yeah, it had something to do with like angel numbers and this and that protection.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you just get this.
Ain't say nothing about that.
He said
See the billboards, the license plates, the clocks and shit.
And all that
It's an app. When you see that, you know you want to write path or something. I mean, it's
those
like,
are his special
it's
numbers.
messages. They
I had somebody tell me a message about numbers before, so I believe that.
Yeah, because I used to wake up at I kid you not, every night. I used to wake up at 3:33.
We all do.
Every night. No.
I do. I ain't gonna lie. I still wake up at like 2, 3 in the morning.
No. The time frame was 3:33.
I've seen that a couple times, but not all the time.
And then it was crazy. I got 3 kids.
Yo, remember my shit used to be 2? That's how I started to watching shit. We was clowning. Holy shit.
Look.
See, because I had 2 kids, it was 2 cars, 2 watches, I get 2 forks, everything was coming in 2 back then.
I
It was a joke. It was a fucking joke.
And then during them times, everything good, it comes to me in that same number around the time when I see the 4 and stuff and start coming in for it. So I'll keep it going. I'll be like, all right, well, I'm gonna do this in boards too, and this in boards too, just to try and keep that.
So I understand.
It's like an affirmation back to me, like, yeah, nigga, you wanna write paths.
Yeah, we broke it down.
So really back in, this year was the year for music for us. Music and music promotion. We tried a lot of different things over the years, and the one thing that we seen a lot of like results from inside of music was collaboration. So them was just the 3 albums. We dropping like mad tracks in between, but we got 3 albums this year. Jay Walking, Jay's Way, 44, and they all got completely different sounds. And then like top of the year next year is Jay Versatile. But
Okay, once unloaded. That's all I like to hear.
For sure, definitely.
I think for me personally, taking on this like EP role, this executive producer inside the music side, it's exciting because I get to test all of them theories. You know, like a lot of people, it's easy to bullshit. It's easy to talk. Talk is easy.
Right,
and now I finally get to put this brain that I've got a lot of faith in to work and really test it. Like, yo, is you smart as you think you is? Because you be looking at a lot of the things that these, local and smaller and whatever artists do, and you be like, I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't do this, that's dumb, this is smart. Now it's my time to be like, all right, nigga, if you fail, it's on you.
Okay, fellas, so the last question I'd like to ask our guests that come on the show, we feel is one of the most important questions. What makes you guys feel that y'all are the talk of the town?
Man, as far as, the whole thing together, like as a whole.
Go ahead, man. Talk your shit, man. I ain't saying you gotta talk big bad shit. I'm out here. You ain't got to do all that. Just, state your piece. That's all. State your piece. So, what makes Ground Control to talk to Buffalo?
It's just something new. We doing something that hasn't quite been done before. You could look. There's obviously stores and stuff you can go to. But we try to keep what we doing just real personable, man. We're real personable with the people. And that creates just a certain type of customer experience to where people remember you, and in turn people talk about you a lot. So just being personable with people, just making the people feel like they have something. We don't have a lot in Buffalo, period. So it's like our motto is always like, we are the culture. This is for the culture, we are the culture. So it's like, definitely that.
For the people. On the music side, the same thing. Eventually you gotta get to a point where you're unapproachable, but all the way building up to is gonna be, I think I used the term before, like grassroots, but for the streets. That thing, like, for the people, by the people, you know what I mean? Inside of music and inside of really the retail space, as much as I would like to believe that I'm the talk time or whatever, I still believe that we ain't done nearly enough as far as the things I see and know that I'm capable of. You know what I mean? Been all around the world, bro, and it's so much to do. So I'll never take really all the credit for being the talk of the town yet. And after it's done, they ain't gonna have no choice. They ain't gonna have no choice but to acknowledge the work that was put in and see it. So if anybody talking now, I appreciate you, but we're gonna give y'all so much more to talk about.
That's a respectable answer, man. But the last part, we gotta also get y'all tags too, man. What's your?
He stole it. Hold on.
I mean, she just looked at she just.
I thought you were about to say something. No, I set up.
I had a crazy pause. You can just cut right in.
Set up, Blink Fairy.
All right, rewind.
So you guys, leave y'all social media platforms, tags, how we can get in contact with you.
Man, y'all can follow me at JExodus, JAY_EXODUS on Instagram. Follow me at JExodus on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you choose to listen to music on. Type JExodus in YouTube, Ground Control 716, or just type my name in. Again, I mean, either way, it'll take you there. So.
Ground Control 716 on Instagram, Ground Control 716 on YouTube, Ground Control 716 on Facebook, GroundControl716.com. .co.
Make sure I get that right.
.co.
Holler at me. It's your boy, Big Case.
GroundControl716.co.
.co. Exodus, quick's the man.
Yeah, this is another episode of the Talk of the Town Podcast. Let's get it. Thank y'all for watching another episode of the Talk of the Town Podcast. Shout out to my boy Big Gates, my boy Jay Exodus coming out of Buffalo, man. How y'all feel about him?
Yo, they came through with some good fire today. I like that.
Okay.
The energy was real. Questions answered on par. You can't ask for more, man. Shout out to Buffalo, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
And make sure y'all check out Ground Control out in Buffalo, New York, man. Got a nice platform out there where they do their music and their clothing, as they said in the interview. And once again, thank y'all for joining us, man, for another episode of the
Talking to Town Podcast. What is this?
This is the Talk of the Town Podcast.
This is the Talk of the Town Podcast.
Talk of the Town Podcast.
From Gasol's Kitchen.